Hey guys, it's Tim from Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and we're here with another Pro Wrestling Unlimited podcast on this Wednesday. What's the date today? 3/14. And hey, guess what, guys? Nick's here.
Hey, I'm fucking alive since last Sunday. I am so fucking happy to be back. And before the comments start berating my asshole with, why is there so much noise in the background? I am spending time with my lovely, fantastic girlfriend, whose father happens to be in a band. And they're doing a little band night downstairs. Should be wrapping up soon. They're probably not going to last the whole show. But if you guys don't like my voice or don't like Tim's voice, you get the sweet, soothing sounds of jazz music from some tennis players in Florida. But I'm happy to be here. I'm so excited. I don't like missing shows. It makes me feel like a part of me's missing. Like a part of me isn't whole. But part of me was in a hole over the break. So I'm very happy that I got to be here.
It makes you feel a little dirty.
And I'm looking at the chat, and I love all these people. We got guest student Daniel, all these lovely, lovely people.
All right. So, I mean, it wasn't that big of a news week this week. I mean, we do need to get Nick's thoughts on Raw and SmackDown still, since he wasn't here in the reviews. So, you want to just kick it off with that? Let everyone know what you thought of Raw and SmackDown?
All right. So, my thoughts on Raw and SmackDown. Raw, it was okay. It was all right. It's a show. Braun Strowman's going to be the fucking tag team champion, and that's all I'm worried about.
Wait, you keep going. There's a tweet Braun sent out I need to find.
Okay. And I'm sorry for even the background's taking me a bit back. Shout out to Dylan Nolan. Yay, Nick's finally back. Tim, you have a hot take apparently?
Yeah, you remember? I told you about this.
Oh, yeah. Because people are asking if I'm going to allow you to take my hot take.
Yeah, we just talked about this like 2 minutes ago, but I'll get to that once you're done with your Raw and SmackDown.
No, I'm just going to say the SmackDown crowd was dead. They were non-existent. You'd think they'd go ape shit for a match like Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens, but no, they were about as cheerful as being at a funeral, and it kind of sucked. But I'm just gonna say that I think with time comes betterness. With time comes experience, and when we get to Mania, whether the actual match is Sami and Kevin, or it's a triple threat or a tag team, I think it's going to be good no matter what. I'm genuinely excited. Tim, apparently these people really want your fucking hot take. So sound the alarm. Let's do it.
Hold on 1 second. I got the tweet from Braun. I'm pulling it up here.
Hell, I'll mute myself till you're done, too.
Where is... Crud. I can't freaking find the right thing. Anyway, I'll just read the tweet. So Braun Strowman tweeted out the following about winning the Tag Team Battle Royal, saying, "I'm more than any tag team can handle. Those titles look good around each giant shoulder. Hashtag monster among all. Get these hands."
It's time to get these hands. Let me tell you, there was before you go on your hot take, there was a Steven Larson episode where they said, what if wrestlers were allowed to cuss? Could you imagine Braun Strowman, get these fucking hands?
Oh, Lord.
That would be so fucking intense. But instead of me doing a hot take this week, because what I was originally going to do is just cut the Scott Steiner math promo, Tim, I'm going to mute my mic. You're going to go on this hot take rant. All right?
All right.
Let's do it.
All right. So, Fabulous Moolah Battle Royal. I'm not even crying about the name Fabulous Moolah. And that's not what I'm crying about. It's all these people crying about it. Now, I know what she's done is wrong. She pimped out women, basically. If you're unaware why everyone's so upset about Fabulous Moolah, back in the day, Fabulous Moolah basically ran her own school, and she would send her students out to different territories and different promotions, and sometimes she would say, hey, after the show, go back to the hotel room with so-and-so and do the business. So, I mean, I get why people are upset. Why they say Fabulous Moolah shouldn't be, I guess you can say, memorialized. And same with Mae Young. Mae Young did some shady shit as well. Back in the day, she used to find married men, sleep with them, steal from them, and because they were married men, most of them were afraid to go to the police about it because then their wives would find out. So she'd get off scot-free, steal from these guys, and they wouldn't go to the police or anything. So yeah, Mae Young, Moolah, they're dastardly people, but WWE sees them as these great people. Okay, cool, whatever. Here's where I got a grief. There's a petition going around right now saying change the name of the Fabulous Moolah Battle Royal or cancel it. It's a monstrosity. It's such a bad thing and blah, blah, blah. And then they give some suggestions on who you should use to memorialize instead of Fabulous Moolah. I'm going to name some names. Some of these are fine. Some of these are bad. Alundra Blaze, fine. Jacqueline, fine. Lita, fine. Trish Stratus, fine. Okay, but then they named 3 names that it's like, did you not do your research? Miss Elizabeth, China, Sensational Sherry. What did these 3 women all have in common? Not that they managed superstars in the WWF. Not that they all worked for other promotions outside of the WWF. They all died drug overdoses. That is the thing. If you're going to say, oh, well, Fabulous Moolah was such a bad person, her history and da-da-da-da-da shouldn't be memorialized, so you say, give the namesake to somebody who OD'd? Why do you think WWE doesn't want China in the Hall of Fame? Because they don't want people to Google China and see her porn. Now, they're cool with her Playboy because they set that up, but they don't want them to see her porn or her video with X-Pac. So when you're going to give names and say, well, you should use Miss Elizabeth because she was such a great staple for women in wrestling. Miss Elizabeth was known to go with the boys to the hotel room after the show and snort some crack cocaine. So, I mean, you got to do your research a little bit before you're going to throw out names as far as who should be the namesake of this Battle Royal. Now, out of all the names they did say, Lita and Trish would work, but it's too soon. They haven't been gone that long. It's been like 12 years since they left. But the name that they did give that would work, Alundra Blaze. Medusa. That would be a good one because she did literally change how women were perceived in the 90s as far as they're not just valets, they're not just pretty women. They're women that can go out there and wrestle. So of all the names I've heard of, who should you replace Moolah's name with? Go with Alundra Blaze. Go with Fabulous Moolah. I'm not Fabulous Moolah. Go with Medusa. Same person. Fabulous Moolah. I'm ranting now. That's just what I had to say about that. If you're going to give suggestions, you need to do your research first before giving suggestions on people that are just as bad as Moolah. Nick, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm here. I mean, you had 100% good points. For people that are now joined, Tim, is it getting even louder now?
Actually, I hear it less.
Okay. Well, for those of you that are now joining, there is a live band going on behind me. We'll just leave it at that. But I see a name from Avion Epps says Beth Phoenix.
Too soon.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. There's a lot of names, and like Jason said, Blaze is alive. It's a memorial battle royal.
True.
Why not just call it the WWE Women's Battle Royal?
Sure.
Why?
Why do you gotta put a name on it? Why do they gotta put a name on it anyways?
Why can't Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal be for both?
Yeah, I can see the gripe.
You know what I mean? It's one of those things where it's like Wendy Richter?
Wendy Richter, that would work.
What did I say? Richard?
Richard.
I don't know, man. Richard Rodriguez?
Sure. Hey.
See you this Friday.
Anyways.
But yeah, I mean, she was awful. She was a bad woman. There's no doubt about that. You know what? How about we lighten the mood? What would you call the Battle Royal? And because I wasn't here last week, I want to know how much you miss me. So call into the show at 559-475-8473. That is 559-475-8473. Call in to the PW call line, brought to you by ProWrestlingTees.com/PWUnlimited. Go pick up the My Guy t-shirt right in their store and go pick up the I'm a PW guy today. Let's go to the call line.
Avion Epps, don't get me started on Warrior, because Warrior and that Warrior Award is just as bad as Moolah. I'm just going to say, Warrior, whew, he said some bad things, and WWE just swept it under the rug.
No, he didn't.
Oh, no. I don't even want to get into what he said.
Oh, God. Anthony Garcia, fuck, you're finally back. You know. Oh, my God, the Sarah Logan Memorial Battle Royal.
Oh, Lord. Caller, on the air. What's going on?
Hello? Hello?
What's going on?
Caller.
Heard you once, and you're gone. Let's try this other call.
All right.
Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
How's it going tonight, guys?
Pretty good. Yourself?
Not too bad. So I just wanted to comment on the Fabulous Moolah Memorial Battle Royal. I 100% agree with you, Tim. My problem is people are complaining, oh, Fabulous Moolah was this horrible person. Yes, she wasn't a good person. But if you look at the men in the history of wrestling, especially in that era, they weren't even half as bad as, like, they were just as bad as her.
Oh, yeah.
Like, a lot of them were just as bad as her, and yet, oh, she's a female and she was doing this. There were guys who were doing this to males also, who were the undercard. So people throwing shade at Moolah, yes, she was a horrible person, but you can't also hate on her for what she did for the industry. It's a memorial battle royal. It's memorializing, yes, women in wrestling and saying, hey, yeah, look at the shitty person, but look at how far we've come, though. So I just...
True, but
I think people are taking it, and I know what she did. But if you look at what some of the men have done in the history of wrestling, they were just as bad as her, and yet we still put them on a pedestal.
Right. But I
think people are being very hypocritical.
I know one of the things a lot of people are mad about, not the whole pimping women out things, but it's the fact of she was women's champion for so long because she literally would tell Vince Sr., I'm not losing to that girl, or I'm not dropping my title, and you can't make me. And that's what a lot of people are upset about as well, that she thought she was so much better than everybody that no one was allowed to beat her for as long as there was.
No, and that was a big problem too. But again, look at Bruno Sammartino, though. Like, if you look at the history of wrestling, there's shade in every era.
Right, of course.
A lot of problems in every era. And, yes, she is not the greatest person to look at as somebody who was great for the women's division as a role model. But you have to also look at her in-ring work. And I think people are taking it too far with change the name. If they change the name, they're just going to have more people looking at why did they change the name? What did she do?
Especially people that don't know.
Exactly. And it should be something that, yes, it should be talked about, but at the same time, it should be, she's still a trailblazer. And people forget that with the stuff she does. But you have to remember, she was still a trailblazer. So
right.
I think people need to stop taking it too seriously or at least don't glorify some of the men in the industry that have done just as much as her in the negative.
Oh, no, you're not wrong at all there.
So that's just my opinion. So
right.
That's really all I had to say.
Right.
I'm really frustrated with people trying to destroy her legacy,
right.
even though she did great for the business, in way of making women's wrestling good, like showing, hey, we can still kick ass. So I'm just frustrated with the situation. Sorry, guys.
Not a problem.
Anyways, have a good night, though.
All right, have a good one.
Bye.
All right. We did lose Nick for a second. I guess he says he's switching computers. So Nick will be back with us shortly here in a minute. Let me see if I can get him on here really fast. Oh, Lord. He's not up yet. All right, let's take another call while Nick comes back. If Skype will answer a call. No, it will not answer a call. Let's try this one. Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hey, sorry, I got disconnected earlier. I just have a comment on the audience on SmackDown. I mean, I'm from the Chicago area, and I'm used to, like, all, like, the big, like, pops and everything, and just hearing that indie crowd, that's just, I mean, it was sad because I'm just sitting there watching SmackDown, and usually I look to the TV whenever, like, there's a big pop, and then I can see, like, who's coming out, but I heard Asuka, and then there's no pop, and then I hear Rude, and there's no pop, and it was just, it's just, like, if you pay to go, then you should just interact. Like, that's part of the experience of going. Like, just
exactly.
Be able to cheer and boo, and it's just sad to just see fans who just go just to sit there like it's just like they're watching a movie.
That's what I was thinking. What I said yesterday, I was like, it's one of two things. It's like they're in a movie theater and they have to be quiet, or they're in a library being shushed.
Yeah, and it's just like, yeah, it's just different. I mean, honestly, like, Chicago, it's like a different market. Like, it's just a lot louder here. I mean,
right.
I went to Money in the Bank in St. Louis last June. I mean, it was okay there, but just to see how there was, like, no reactions in Indy is just, it's just sad. It's kind of sad for the performers too, because they always like to like hear all the pops because like
exactly.
It like cheers them on, but just to see like how they didn't interact, I feel it would just suck for the performers, and it would be boring just to be there if nothing was happening too.
Right, and it's like whether you're cheering or booing, they like to know, hey, there's some sort of reaction we're getting. That means we're doing something right. If they're not hearing anything, then they're thinking, whoa, did we just mess up something? And so now they're not, they're going to have to rethink what they're doing in the ring, and then it may mess them up. And they focus a lot on the crowd reaction to know if they did something good or they did something bad, or, hey, just keep on what you're doing fine. And when you're quiet, it's kind of like they're sitting there like, uh-oh, did we do something wrong to where they don't want to see us anymore? They don't want, they want us to just go home, finish, whatever.
Yeah, and I feel like in like any other market with Asuka, easily, like, her confronting Charlotte, like, that's a dream match in the making. And just to hear that it was like almost silent, it was so odd and weird, and like I feel like the performers were confused at it too, which kind of sucked for them.
Right.
But yeah, anyway, that was just my comment on the fans. So hopefully it gets better next week.
Hopefully. I mean, I know for Raw they're going to be in Dallas, and Dallas is usually a good market with the fans and whatnot. But I mean, they were even dead a couple weeks back for the Paul Heyman promo, and Paul Heyman never has a dull reaction. So I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
First we got no people in the audience. Now we're just getting dead people in the audience.
Yeah, I mean, last summer for SmackDown last summer and fall that was just sad to see. I mean, part of it probably had to do with like just the bad booking, but overall, I mean, it just went from having like even like outselling Raw in like early 2017, and just to now where it's just completely quiet or just like not filled. It's just
exactly.
It's sad to see how far it's fallen, but I mean, SmackDown wasn't that. I mean, it was one of the better ones on Tuesday, right. But I feel like it just the product needs to get better in general. But
yeah, I mean,
anyway,
there's not much. I mean, I just hope that I don't know what they can do. It's like watching a full episode of 205 Live, but for an extra hour, as how quiet they were. That's always baffled me too. Is why you're always so quiet for 205 Live. Like, why would you're like
definitely.
Like you said, if you're gonna go and pay your $100 or more to be there, interact. It's the fun of it.
Yeah, I mean, I paid no more than maybe like $70 to $80 for tickets, but no matter where I'm at, like in like Alt Arena in Chicago, like if you're like every seat in there, you're pretty close. So like you should be like interacting, and like when that crowd gets high, like it usually brings everyone up and everyone starts cheering. But like it's just, I don't know, man. It was just bad in
Yeah,
Indian.
it was odd.
Who knows? Yeah.
But, all right, thanks for the
I
call.
don't
Have a great night.
Yep, no problem, man. Have a good night.
I mean, I don't know what to say about these crowds. They're kind of, honestly, it's weird. Because you would think, okay, why are you going to go to the show and just be dead sitting on your hands, quiet, like you're being shushed in a library? I just don't understand it whatsoever. But let's see. Get Nick back here on the line. Oh, Nick Armstrong, where are you? Come on. It's trying. It's trying to call him. Nope. Nick, if you can hear me, call back in. So, with that segue into Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy got in some trouble over the weekend. He apparently wrecked his car. Well, I guess you could say wrecked. I don't know if that's the correct term for it. He banged it up a little bit. So, earlier in the day on Saturday, Jeff Hardy posted a video on his Instagram that blatantly showed that he was driving 78 miles an hour. Come to see on Sunday night, we find out, hey, Jeff Hardy was arrested on Saturday night around 10 o'clock. We then find out that he was driving drunk, got slapped with a DWI, but he was released an hour later. Nick, I knew you'd come.
Oh, God, I forgot what this felt like, my guy.
What happened?
It still says I'm dialing for you. Are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can fucking hear you. Can you fucking hear me?
You're good. I was just talking to Jeff Hardy.
I love this world, my guy. Hello. I just want to say, I noticed that people were really mean while I was gone. So, if you're mean to anybody that calls in, get the fuck out of my goddamn stream. Do you understand me?
Check your phone. I sent you something.
I will check it, and I'm on it because I'm kind of using it for chat. Oh, wait.
Oh.
Hey, Fenway, you're a mod. She's a mod, right?
Should be.
Okay, then I can use her Chrome to sign in with it.
Anyways, back to the Jeff Hardy thing. So
yeah, Jeff Hardy.
Hardy got slapped with the DWI, and then more and more started rolling out. We found out that he blew a .25, 3 times the legal limit in the state of North Carolina. We found out that he, like I said, he didn't really wreck the car. I mean, it had to be towed away. But he hit a guardrail, kind of rode the guardrail for a while. I don't know how wrestling...
Which I don't recommend.
I don't know how Wrestling Inc. got the photos, but they got photos of his car on the tow truck, the wrecker.
Is it loud?
Huh?
Is it loud in the background?
I barely hear it.
Okay, awesome. I'm sorry.
It's a little wonderful side note.
Look, guys, we'll go back to Hardy. I just want to mention.
So Jeff Hardy got in all this trouble. All we heard from WWE was he made a mistake. We're investigating. Haven't heard anything else. We did learn that Jeff Hardy did film something, which I'm hearing is nothing more than a cameo spot for Ultimate Deletion. So if they do want to take him out of that, there's a possibility that it's not a problem if it's just a cameo spot. But
yeah, it was a DWI, not a DUI.
That's right, DWI.
Yeah, it was a DWI. It's driving while.
We also learned last week that Jeff's been cleared to return to ring competition. He's just waiting on approval from WWE. Jeff and his wife both clarified on, I think it was both of them on Instagram today, that Jeff went to his final physical therapy appointment. He literally said, "My shoulder is no longer obsolete."
You just leaned back to do that.
I did. I don't want to blow out anybody's eardrums.
So I'm looking at chat here, just seeing. Someone said, does anyone remember a guy by the name of Christ Benoit? I'm not sure who Christ Benoit is. I've never heard of the name. I'm sorry.
But so for everybody that is asking, we don't know what WWE's stance right now is on Jeff Hardy. Whether they're gonna say you ain't coming back anytime soon now. Whether, because this got major publicity. I mean, he got arrested in North Carolina, and the local news in Houston, Texas, ran a story on it.
I'd imagine. I'd imagine he wouldn't get in that much trouble because.
Now here's my question to you.
What's up?
If it was somebody like, I don't know, Heath Slater, for instance, who doesn't have a history of drugs and alcohol, does it get this much play from like other news stations outside of the area it happened in?
I don't know.
Or is it just because of his past that it's a bigger
I think
story
it's because of his past. I think it's his past. Sad to say. I
mean, remember when Turning Point, I forget what year it was, when he showed up against Sting and couldn't even stand in the ring. He was that messed up.
Well, yeah, he showed up intoxicated.
Yeah, no. He was so messed up that he barely walked down to the ring, sat down, and Sting had to literally have the match go a minute and a half.
Yeah, which is sad.
Though
I don't know if you guys did see Matt Hardy's tweet.
He said he's clean.
Yeah, he said he's clean. He put Jeff in the Lake of Reincarnation and said help. I think the caption was something like help others.
Right.
Yeah. So before we continue on here, just want to mention how happy I am to be back. And I saw someone ask what I think of Cedric Alexander. And I think Cedric Alexander is probably one of the best wrestlers in the world. And I'm extremely happy and extremely proud of him for making it all the way to Mania. He deserves this more than anyone. I'm super, super happy for him. And to honor it, what we're going to start doing every Tuesday now is, along with the SmackDown live show, we're going to be incorporating 205 Live into it because I feel like they deserve
5.
So it's going to be both the SmackDown and 205 show because I genuinely feel like these guys deserve it because, I mean, God, they've just been putting on performance after performance after performance. They deserve some recognition.
Oh, that Strong Alexander match? Spot on. Great.
It was amazing. It was fantastic. And we're going to start incorporating 205 Live into all of our SmackDown reviews.
Sweet.
Psycho Dad Jesse has a question for me, so we're going to make sure that he can throw his question down there in chat. Tim, how'd the last couple shows go?
Good. Actually, really good.
Sweet.
I don't know if it was because of your absence or I don't know.
Damn.
I'm just kidding with you. I'm just playing. I saw something here in the chat.
Read it.
Dan Ambrose. Can we get some more news about Carl's Jr. WWE Cups? I feel we haven't heard enough about it. I know it's a joke on me. But, I mean, people like to collect things that are pro wrestling and exclusive and you can only get for a limited time. So that's why I kept putting them out there so people know, hey, go to Carl's Jr., get the kids' meals, collect the dang cups. Because, you know, once they're gone, they're gone. It's not like you can just go and get them from some other store. So that's why I kept doing it, because I know there's a lot of people that like to collect things, especially things that are limited edition, limited time, hard to get.
Man, this show's all over the place today. I'm in a good mood. I'm in a real good mood. I'm in Florida. The weather's nice. I'm going to Disney tomorrow.
Isn't the Wednesday show usually all over the place?
The Wednesday show is usually all over the place.
That's the premise of it.
And I'm happy to be here. I'm happy as hell to be in this show. As always, Joker Jack, you're being a creepy fuck.
Wow.
So get the fuck out of here, my guy.
Yikes.
Wow, weird. Rumor Mill, what culture is interested in signing Nick Armstrong?
You're moving to the UK?
Fuck, they want to pay for my housing, transportation, and meals. Looks like I can do it, my guy.
I don't know about that one.
Wow, Nick is being positive about something. I'm in a good mood, my guys.
Let's take a call. And Jason Fernandez, there is no Bobby Lashley update. Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hello?
What's going on?
Yeah, Tim, what's up?
How's it going?
What's going on, my guy?
Nick, welcome back, brother.
Thank you, my guy. I'm happy to be back here.
All right, I got two quick questions for
Shoot.
you. All right, both of your opinions are, who you think is the best athletically gifted wrestler in period, in your opinion? He could be WWE or Indies. I think it's Cedric Alexander and Flip Gordon out of Ring of Honor.
Ooh, it's a tough one. I might have to say Ricochet.
True.
I'd have to go with... So I'm going to go against the grain, and if we're going pure 100% athlete, I'm going to go with Roderick Strong.
It's a good one.
He's a hardcore worker. He's got an amazing repertoire. He just does great work. And a guy like him he goes up against guys that are much bigger than him.
Yeah.
Guys that are his size and guys that are much quicker than him. So he wrestles. He reminds me a lot of just a little bit bigger Rey Mysterios.
No, they're about the same size.
Yeah. So I'd have to give it to him.
All right, my last question is: who has the best entrance? Who has the best entrance in the Indies? Personally, I like Marty Scurll's entrance because he's the villain.
Okay, my answer is going to be a little weird, but I have two. They're solely based on how good the theme song is. Nixon Newell and Ethan Page.
I was going to say Ethan Page as well.
It's not confidence, it's all ego.
See, go for it.
I'm going to say if I could go back to high school, and the one thing I'd do different is I would change my senior quote to "It's not confidence, it's all ego."
It's just hard because sometimes you go to these indie shows and they don't really have like an entrance ramp or like an area where they can do an actual full entrance. So a lot of times, I know indie shows here in Southern or Central California, they run in like a little college cafeteria. That entrance ramp is literally 4 feet, if that, the entranceway. So they don't even have time to do an entrance. So it's hard to say, what's the best entrance on the indies, because a lot of the guys just come down and kind of just do something quick in the middle of the ring really fast.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. But the reason why I like Marty is because he's the villain. He just makes being a bad guy look cool.
Yeah, now he's wearing an eye patch.
Sure, cool. Well, thanks for taking my call, guys.
Have a good night.
Thanks, man.
All right, see you.
Yeah, if you guys use Spotify, and they might be on iTunes as well, but I know for a fact that they're on Spotify. Hot Tag Media Works. Hot Tag Media Works. They put out a bunch of independent theme songs. They've got Emma's new one. They've got Marty Scurll. They've got Ethan Page, Nixon Newell. They've got Pete Dunne. They've got a lot of cool stuff in there that you guys are going to love.
Pete Dunne isn't indies.
No, he has a different indie theme compared to his WWE.
I know, I'm joking. I just watched him on NXT. That match was hella good.
Grado and ICW. Oh, so Psycho Dad Jesse finally asked this question. Oh, wait. Okay, Psycho Dad Jesse, I see yours. Tim, what would be your entrance theme?
What would be my entrance theme?
I think I would have to go with either The God That Failed or Am I Savage, both by Metallica.
Yikes, this is tough. I've never thought about this.
And while you think about it, Tim and Nick, my question was, do you think Alberto Del Rio should and will return to the WWE? And do you think he should go be on SmackDown Live, since they need more top guys? No, I don't think he should ever come back. I don't like the guy. Kind of like I said before, I found him as just... It's kind of like in middle school and in high school when you say something to the wrong guy and all of a sudden they are all just like, you're not popular anymore, so you're like, oh no, never mind, I didn't mean that, I meant this. So it's like, come on, man, he did that when he talked shit about Triple H and Vince and then went back on Periscope and then asked like nothing happened.
You mean he didn't mean to say the man with the big nose and the small penis?
Who knows? But I am not too big on Alberto Del Rio coming back.
I mean, if he comes back, he comes back. He said it himself. He's going to wrestle till he's 40 and he's going to be done. If we believe that, we believe that. People say all the time, I'm going to be done at a certain age, or I'm going to be done at this year, and then they come back like 5 years later. Look at Goldberg.
Exactly.
So, I mean,
Tim,
if he can get a payday and after he says he's done 4 years later, they say, hey, we'll give you $1 million, some company in Mexico or something, he'll do it.
Yeah. What would your theme song be?
I'm still thinking. This is a tough one.
Oh my god. Everyone in chat, what would your theme song be? One condition: you cannot steal a current wrestler's theme. So you have to pick your own special theme.
That's the hard part.
Avion Epps wants one from Metallica.
You know, honestly, may just make some custom theme, because why would I go out there and take some band's song and then get hit with a copyright strike?
Oh my God, it's fantasy. Relax.
I'm just kidding.
My theme song would be "For the Glory" by All Good Things. I have not heard that song, but I will check that out, my guy. Tim has a small nose and a big dick. Accurate.
Whoa. Switch that around.
Oh!
I'm just kidding. I don't fucking know.
Oh my God. Do you think there will be a shakeup after WrestleMania? Will bring more top stars to SmackDown?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and do you think Cesaro and Sheamus should be split up? Eventually they will.
Eventually,
but I think they'll split.
They're really good together.
I think they'll split up as like, hey, I gotta go do this. You gotta do this. One point, we'll meet back in the middle.
Another 7 series?
No, it's one of those things where they just kind of look at each other and go, hey, I'm going for this title. You've got your thing going right now. You know, we'll meet back later. And they kind of go their separate ways, and they're no longer a tag team.
Who do you think takes the titles from them? And don't say Braun.
I'm saying Braun and a partner.
I'm saying Braun's left hand and Braun's right hand.
You just said don't say Braun.
You just said Braun and a partner.
Right, I'm not saying just... Judas absolutely counts. That's a yield one. Nick, how do you feel about Sasha Banks? I feel like when her heel turn comes, it's going to be great. I'm excited. I have high hopes for it. It feels weird not doing this at home, man. I'm trying to get used to not seeing like my typical things that I look at whenever I stream. I'm looking at different things. Hey, can I make a quick thing real quick before we continue?
Shoot.
I own a pair of joggers now.
What is joggers? You keep putting it on Twitter.
Okay, so
I can't believe I'm wearing joggers. What the fuck is joggers?
They're pants, right? Okay. Think of like really comfortable sweatpants, but pants. And they're they've got tight legs. They look like dress pants, but they're just comfortable sweats, and they look nice. They look professional.
Gotcha. I'm straight and white. I don't wear that kind of stuff.
I'm straight and white. You'd be the exact guy that would wear those. Come on now.
No.
Nick, what would be my theme? I would go with The God That Failed by Metallica. That the bass that kicks up is really good.
I got it.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna have to go Hillbilly Bone by Blake Shelton.
That's a good one.
Yes, sir.
That's good. Okay, and I want to say this now before chat's like, "Oh man, the show sucked today." Yeah, I'm in a real good mood. Okay, don't put me down, chat. If you're listening to this, I just want you to put the number 7 in chat.
That's random.
Not in chat, in the description. Not in the description. The
chat.
The comment section.
Oh, if you're listening later.
Yeah, if you're listening later. Okay. Anyway, do you want to take a call?
Juliana says, Nick, I have a question. Well, what's the question?
Why do you guys tell me that? Just ask the question and I'll answer it.
Like I don't know. If anybody does want to call in, phone number is 559-475-8473. Give us a call. Let me tell
you, that band gig behind me was pretty good.
Yeah, I don't hear them anymore. Are they done?
Yeah, they're done.
Gotcha.
They're done. Oh, God.
Hey, there's all your 7s.
Oh my God, they're all saying 7. Why'd I fucking do this? I meant in the comment section.
Lucky number 7.
Fuck.
Let's take a call.
I've never seen Nick so positive. It gave me something to rant about, and I can rant.
Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
What's up, kid? What's going on, man?
How you doing?
Much.
I'm good. It's the guy that made that comment about Oscar. So yeah, quick question, and I had a comment about the entrance music. So, what do y'all think about a Bullet Club takeover in the WWE after WrestleMania?
Ain't gonna happen.
Won't happen. Don't want it to happen.
It can't happen.
No, I mean like, for example, we got Adam Cole in NXT, right?
Sure.
So what if you bring him up on the main roster with somebody like a Balor and Gallows and Anderson, and then bring the Young Bucks up whenever they're ready to bring them up. Not saying this year with Shinsuke and AJ Styles, and then
Shinsuke
have a
was
little
never in the Bullet
superstar
Club.
shake up. Huh?
Shinsuke was never in the Bullet Club. If you're trying to go off that kind of logic.
No, see, I thought he was in the
Nope.
Bullet Club in New Japan.
The only Japanese there's only been one Japanese man in the Bullet Club.
Yujiro Takahashi.
Yujiro Takahashi. He's the only Japanese person to ever be in Bullet Club.
I was misquoted, so my apologies on that. And about the entrance music, I think mine would be "Romance Is Dead" by Parkway Drive.
Nice. Now here's going back to the Bullet Club thing. Would you just call them the Balor Club then? Because legally they can't use the Bullet Club name. That's owned by New Japan Pro Wrestling. Or we just call them the Club, because we've seen that.
I think. See, I come from the Attitude Era, so I would be cool with the Bullet Club, but they can't do it because this era is so sensitive. I would go with Balor Club.
No. It's not that no one's so sensitive. It's that legally, New Japan Pro Wrestling owns the name Bullet Club. WWE would get sued and lose a lot of money over it. They legally can't use the name.
Well, if you want to go off that logic, TNA owned the Hardy joint.
Not anymore. They already transferred that over to Matt.
Exactly. So they could transfer it over to the Young Bucks when they go to the WWE.
New Japan's not going to do that because that's a lot of lost money on their end of merchandise.
But thank you for the call, man. We do really appreciate it. Have a good night.
All right, man. Tim, good to see you back, man.
Hey, Tim, it's good to see you back in the show, man. Good to.
Sprint Ramthar says Kota Ibushi rumored to be in Bullet Club. That ain't going to happen. I don't see that happening.
No,
the Golden Lovers against the Bullet Club. Oh, Jason Fernandez, Bulletproof Club. I guess that might work.
That's dumb.
Borat Trolls to just bring back the NWO.
Here's the thing. If you do it, everyone's going to know it's just because the Bullet Club is that fucking popular.
Exactly.
And you need to ride off of them. WWE doesn't need their own Bullet Club. So... Yes, did Finn create the Bullet Club?
Him and the Bullet Club started with Finn Balor and Bad Luck Fale. Then they added Tama Tonga, and then at about the same time they also added Carl Anderson, and then it just grew from there. But it started with Finn and Bad Luck Fale.
Exactly.
Now here's the other thing you saying, they're only doing it because they would only do it because the Bullet Club's hot. Is that why the Too Sweet? They didn't do the Too Sweet until the Bullet Club made it popular again.
Oh, exactly.
Nobody Too Sweeted in WWE until the Bullet Club made it popular again.
Oh, absolutely.
Like how often did you see that middle-aged DX do the Too Sweet? Maybe one time, if that.
Exactly.
Then Finn comes in, and they're like, "Oh, you and your buddies made it cool again. I guess you can do it. It's gonna get us some good notoriety with the fans because they like it again because of that.
I don't know, man. It's all over the fucking place.
Right.
Gee golly. Yeah, it's taking the call.
Golly gee willikers. Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hey. So I had something to do with, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Uh-huh.
To give it, popularity again and meaning, why not put the Royal Rumble is a world title shot? Why not give it a Intercontinental or U.S. title shot to actually get popularized?
I mean,
they don't even have to do that. They could just say, you win this trophy. This trophy grants you X. This trophy, you don't have to say the winner gets a title shot. They get this kick-ass trophy that they can carry to the ring, just like Corbin did. He carried that bad boy to the ring. Cesaro did it. Corbin would come down and give the end of days to Dolphin Zigglepuss on the floor. It looked badass. You knew he was good because he had a giant trophy just for him. I honestly don't even need to give importance to it. If you don't want it to be important, just be a throwaway. Have some funny spots. Let let a guy like, I don't know, Heath Slater win it. So that can give him a little bit of a, you know what I mean? Let him get a story.
Right. I mean,
Yeah,
that's what they were
guess.
gonna do with Mojo, and they just went nowhere with it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And like also if they do go forward with the women's and don't cancel it,
There won't.
who really should win?
It don't matter because there's nothing on the line. So literally anybody can win it.
I know.
I mean, you can literally go out there and be like, we want to restart Bailey again. Let's just have Bailey do it and see if we can make her popular again.
It's going to be a way to just refresh characters, give new stories, and I am 100% fine with that.
I mean, it can literally be anybody. As we learned last year with Mojo, it can literally be anybody.
Anyone but you, Roman. But thanks for your call, man.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Anybody but Kurt Hawkins because he needs to keep his defeated streak.
Now, did you guys know you can get some high-quality wrestling content over, not only here at PWU, but also over with Sean Ross Sapp and the fine people at Fightful.com. You got your MMA mix, you got your boxing mix, you got your pro wrestling mix. If you want all three of them, just go follow Fightful Online on Twitter or head over to Fightful.com. And remember to always check out the Fightful Wrestling Weekly every Friday. I've had a lot of fun doing the Fightful Weeklies. They're my new favorite. I love making things look cool, and I think it just looks awesome.
Exactly. It looks professional. It looks like something you can see not just on a YouTube channel, not bearing YouTube channels, but
you'd also see it on ESPN maybe.
Right.
And it's fun to me.
Exactly.
So I have a question
for
you, Tim. There has been, a lot of people say in pro wrestling, if your character's not good, you're boring.
Okay.
Can you give me an example of someone who doesn't exactly have a character? Someone who doesn't have a character or didn't have a character that was still fantastic to watch.
Someone that was just like a normal guy but good?
Yes.
Ricochet. He's not a character. He's just a guy. I mean, he's got a weird name, but he's just a guy that's athletic.
Exactly. There's no gimmick to him. And I think that's really why I liked guys like what was this? Dan Severn.
I mean, screw it. Kazuchika Okada. He's just a Japanese guy that's really good.
Excuse me? What did you say?
He's just a Japanese guy that's
No.
good.
Reverse. Couple words.
Okada.
First name.
Kazuchika.
Isn't it Kazuchika?
Hey, he was on with Brian Alvarez and Dave Meltzer last year and said Kazuchika. He said it that way.
All right. I'll give it to you guys. Let's take another call here before we wrap up.
Final call of the night.
Final call of the evening.
If it goes through, because it's Skype. Caller, you're on the air. What's going on? And nope,
hello?
He didn't want to be on.
Apparently he did.
All right.
Honestly, PW is way better than Meltzer. Dave Meltzer actually apparently thinks I'm cool. He told me. He was like, hey, Nick, you're pretty fucking cool.
Okay.
In my dream last night.
Before we wrap this up, you want to be the new resident 205 Live guy, so I'm going to get your opinion. Who wins next week, Gabba Gulak or Mufasa Ali?
It's hard to go against Gabba Gulak, baby. It's hard to go against Gulak.
That's what
I want to see Gulak go all the way.
Hey, Fightful.com in the chat right now. Good to see you guys.
Fightful.com. What? You guys are here? That's fantastic.
I mean,
we heart PW. Well, we heart Fightful.
Here's my thing. If you want like an amazing match, you do Ali Cedric Alexander. If you want what WWE's probably gonna go, Gulak Alexander.
Either way, it's fine too.
Oh yeah. That's for sure.
Either way, it's good. I'm not mad at it. I think I'm gonna be genuinely excited.
Yeah.
How about this? To celebrate that moment, to celebrate that exact moment, what we're gonna do, or what I'll do, I don't know if Tim is able to, but what I'll do is during 205 Live, I will be in the Discord voice channel.
I can do that.
We'll both be in the Discord voice channel.
Be able to do that.
You guys can talk to us right before we go live during 205 Live. It'll be fun. It'll be just for the folks in the Discord.
There's a lot of lives. SmackDown Live and 205 Live and Going Live. You said live a lot there.
I did. And it's going to be fun. And I want to do that for you special people in our Discord. So, Tim, why don't you go ahead and link the Discord one more time? And for me...
Well, there's one last thing I got to talk about. Our old...
go ahead, man.
Mr. Bravo.
Oh, gosh.
Mr. Johnny Bravo finally, hopefully, released the news that this Friday, the big steroids allegations video against Roman Reigns and 14 other former and current WWE superstars will be released Friday. He says Friday night. Video is going to be around 25 minutes long, and we'll have a full recap of it here up on the channel, either Friday night or first thing Saturday morning. So, yeah, we're going to find out. Does Roman Reigns get in trouble from this? What kind of information do they bring forward? Who else do they talk about? And before you guys say it in the chat, no. Johnny Bravo and Richard Rodriguez did not confuse Roman Reigns and Luther Reigns because they ordered by their real name. And so you can't confuse guys when they're ordering by their real names that aren't their WWE names.
Exactly. So this Friday night, stay tuned over on Bravo's YouTube.
Johnny Bravo
we'll all
TV.
be checking it out. So with that, you guys, guest student, it's not going to work. You're not a mod. Thank you guys so much. I've been Nick. That has been Tim. This has been the Pro Wrestling Unlimited podcast. Follow me on Twitter at PWU_Armstrong. You can follow us here on Twitter at PWUnlimited, Facebook at Facebook.com/Pro Wrestling ULTD, and Right Queer here on YouTube. Yes, I did that on purpose. Tim, do your thing.
All right. You can also find me on Twitch and Twitter at TimmyBuddy. And as Nick always omits, search us on Instagram at Pro Wrestling Unlimited.
Question, what the fuck does omit mean?
Forget to say.
Okay.
Leaves out. Same damn thing.
Well, thank you guys so much. I love you to death. I'll always love you to death. You guys are the best. I'm happy to be back, and I'll be back next Monday. I'll be back again because I'll be flying back home. I fly back home Saturday, so if we hit 80K Saturday, we're gonna try to do a stream.
Bro, we'll hit 80. We'll hit 80K by the morning.
You can be a mod by never being a mod because mods are me and Tim and someone else. And Nicholas.
Yes.
So, thank you guys. I love you guys. Bye.
Have a good night, guys.